Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
10 years after Rachel Syriac's disappeared, authorities are now searching one of the original areas again. Local landowners were contacted by authorities to gain permission to conduct searches on their land by the riverbed. Search crews had a boat, divers, and a shelter up.
Landowners say crews have been searching down there for 2 days after telling landowners that they had new suspicions. Talk about Rachel Syriac's had risen in the area after the 10-year anniversary of her disappearance. Well, these developments have us taking a look at the events preceding Rachel Syriac's disappearance. Authorities say her husband, Brad Syriac, was the last person to see her. On the day she disappeared, Rachel picked Brad up. He'd been serving time in jail for violating a restraining order against Rachel.
After the protection order was granted, court documents say Brad threatened Rachel, saying he would bury her where no one could find her. She was 30 years old when she disappeared. Brad has never been charged in connection with Rachel's disappearance. And 2 drivers were taken to a local hospital following a crash in southern Sioux Falls yesterday. Police say it happened in the area of 69th Street and Minnesota Avenue just before 6 p.m. A Buick was northbound when it hit a light pole and sideswiped another vehicle. It then drove over the median and collided head-on with a southbound Subaru.
Authorities say both drivers suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Charges are pending against the driver of the Buick. More information will hopefully be available at this morning's police briefing. You can watch it live right here on KELOLAND.com starting at 10:30.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munn. Ending November on a cooler note, but still not too bad out there, Scott.
No, seasonal, we'll say that. Temperatures in the 30s to near 40 degrees. A couple of us in eastern KELOLAND may be a couple of degrees above our climate average. We'll get these numbers in the 30s to near 40 degrees in eastern and southeastern KELOLAND. Middle 30s, central and western South Dakota. We are looking at slowly warming temperatures for this weekend. Numbers probably in the 40s, chance to hit 50. And next week, record highs. They're on the books. We'll have to continue to eye those record books as we go through next week. We'll have more details on the forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. There's a lot of wildlife living and roaming the streets of Sioux Falls, but one Sioux Falls woman has been dealing with a pack of wild animals for weeks, and she can't get rid of them.
Raccoons are caught on camera almost every night at Lois Malone's house. She says they're menacing and creating a lot of damage around her house while looking for food.
And in the morning, the garbage is strewn all over.
Raccoons can carry rabies or distemper. If you have a raccoon problem, you can set a live trap and then call animal control to remove them, or animal control could set one for you. People who contribute to the Hungry Hearts School Lunch campaign will see their donations go further during the holiday season. That's because the nonprofit will kick in a matching fund of up to $100,000 through the end of the year.
Hungry Hearts raises money for low-income students who don't qualify for free or reduced meals. Organizers say the need is even greater this year.
You know, the school district keeps growing, the holidays are coming. It's just, times are tough right now, I think.
The Sioux Falls School District is approaching $400,000 in school lunch debt. The $100,000 match applies to donations made by the end of this year. The winningest coach in South Dakota high school football history has announced his resignation.
Kim Nelson has been a head coach for 45 years with stops at Millbank, Rapid City Central, Washington, Edina, Minnesota, and most recently, Roosevelt. He's been with the Rough Riders for the past 15 years and announced his resignation from the school on Tuesday.
I've been thinking about it for a while. I've always had a dream of someday coaching at a college somewhere, and I think I have maybe an opportunity close by to do that. I looked around, at the end of the season, and it's been 45 years, 45 years in a row where I'm always a head coach. And it's just getting harder, I think, all the time to be the head coach.
Nelson has won 314 games during his career.
Let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather forecast. Temperatures this morning have been in the 20s. That a little closer to the normal range. Of course, we're looking at afternoon highs into the 30s here for the afternoon. So it'll be a little chilly out there. Let's take a closer look at your hour-by-hour forecast. You'll see those numbers primarily between 35 and 40 today for most folks. And a little bit of a breeze out of the north, but generally speaking, not too windy. The outlook for the overnight, we're going to see starry skies. Make sure you're still watching for the potential for northern lights. If that shows up, well, looks like at least the cloud conditions should be favorable for us. I'm thinking right now, at least most of KELOLAND will at least have mainly clear skies or some high clouds at best in the west. Then for tomorrow morning, with that clear sky, it'll be chilly. It'll be in the teens to start the morning in the east, but we'll see again, 35 to 40 degree weather for the vast majority. And yes, it stays dry, at least for now. We've seen a very dry November. Sioux Falls, only 1/100th of an inch for the entire month. 37, that's our high today in Mitchell, about 37 degrees in Chamberlain. Here's a closer look at your 7-day forecast. Okay, 40s for the weekend. I think that's doable with the dry environment out there and, you know, partial sunshine. Next week, once we flip the page, we get into maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to be watching a very likely probability of getting some above normal temperatures here. In fact, well above normal in the mid-50s. It's possible we could be looking at some record-breaking temperatures. Now, again, we're saying that a few days in advance, so again, we've got a number of things yet to look at, but that seems to be where the data's trending here. The pattern is classic for warming weather for early December, and basically it'll be a numbers game depending on how the winds behave and the clouds affect our temperatures, but it's going to be above normal, and it's not just one day of that. Here we already have Sunday, Monday into the 50s. Tuesday might set back a little bit if that system on Monday pans out, and then let's take day 7, day 8, could easily be close to 60. Rapid City, we've already put the 60s out there middle of next week. So keep that in mind. Keep watching that story. Check out the details of the weather online at KELOLAND.com.